CPWF representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace.
Okay, it's finished there. Palace 0, West Ham 2. 2 defeats in a row now, JC. Where do we go from here?
You can only go up. And that's coming from someone that's short. Oh man, it's let's talk about the positives. There were some times we actually played through the press very well. I think Adam Wharton's probably the only person, apart from maybe Munoz and Mark, that could come out of that game and said, yeah, I had a good game today. But other than that, everyone else was a little bit disappointing. Towards the end of the game, last 10-15 minutes, everyone sort of went, I can't really be arsed. Eze, again, happened in the last game, wrong decisions. Keeps thinking he has to do everything on his own, but he really doesn't. Just doing the simple things, doing the simple things and doing it well, that's what will get you your move. That's what got Michael his move. He never tried to be selfish about it, and he's playing at Bayern Munich now. There's a reason why Eze is still playing at Palace. I'm not saying that he's not the better of the two, but the selfishness does come into a factor when big clubs like Man City are trying to buy someone. That's probably why they went back for Gundogan again instead of trying to come in for Eze. But he's still a fantastic player. I just don't think that he's really, his head's in it at the moment. Mark, obviously, his head's got to be shaking at the moment, thinking, why the hell am I still here? Anderson just got on a move, and this has just happened as well. What am I doing? I don't know what to say, really. Glasner with...
Let's speak on that, you know, actually. There was a specific sub that...
yeah, Glasner,
I don't think it helped.
I think, to be fair, last 2 games, Glasner's made some awful substitutions, really. But today, to take off Jefferson Lerma, probably the only guy who's winning the ball in midfield, you take him off for Daichi Kamada. What are you doing? Really? You take off the only guy that can jump for the ball, the guy that's strong enough for the ball, and the guy with the energy to actually go and win the ball back. You take him off. Right, Wharton's brilliant. He's good with the passing, he can tackle. But he's not going to win the ball in the air. He's not going to do half the stuff that Lerma does. If you're going to take off Lerma, you put Cech on. You don't put Kamada on. Kamada should have come on for Edouard. But, after we saw what happened with Sarr, does Kamada even come onto the pitch anymore at all now? Because Sarr came on. He's probably one of the only positives in this game as well. He came on and he had 4 chances within 10 minutes. Only because we had someone competent and able to run him behind on that right side. Obviously, Glasner lobbied for Riyad, Kamada, etc. And those 2, they've not been the best. I'd say, listen, Glasner, ask Dougie what you want, tell him what you want, and Dougie will deliver. Can't really follow your judgment on players. We'll follow it on tactics and stuff, but we need to trust Dougie again, man, because he's the only one that is really... He's the one that got this club to that situation last season. And if he wants Araujo instead of Lacroix, get Araujo.
Absolutely. Just one last thing, because I know we tried to keep these fairly short. Charlie Riyad, let's speak on it. Debut, obviously. We sit quite close to each other now in the stadium. When we're both very critical of him, especially in the beginning, he settled into the game a bit. But what we did seem to notice that when West Ham let him have the ball, it was clear. But he had no movement in front of him.
Yeah, there was no movement in front of him. Obviously, when Eze started coming short, he had a pass to pop it into, and then we could work our way forwards. But it took Riyad trying to get rid of the ball about 20 times in the first half, and it going to the West Ham player every single time without fail. Obviously, you say there's no movement up front, but Riyad's got to also be smart enough to say, if I can't put the ball in here, you put the ball in behind, so someone can run onto it. But he played it to the centre-back's feet every single time. I know he's 20. He let Antonio go free for 2 corners in a row as well. Obviously, Riyad will need time, but, you know, his time should have been in pre-season. He had his pre-season and he's still playing like this. Obviously, the Liga ain't the Prem. And I hope he can adjust quickly, or we get someone in now who's already ready to go.
Absolutely. Man of the match, Finley.
For our team, has to be Wharton because he's the only one that I thought played okay. But overall, kudos, man. What a baller.
All right, up the Palace.
Yeah, up the Palace.